Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to create a space using Cospaces, EDU, and Merge Cube add-on. So first thing is you're going to log into Cospaces using the link and the information provided by your teacher. You will go to create space, and this is really an important part if you are creating to use with a Merge Cube, is you have to click this one on the right, it says Merge Cube. Okay, so you will see it's created my merge cube space. Now that looks a little too close for me, so I'm going to use my mouse and you can zoom in, you can zoom out, and you can look at it from all the angles. Right now it is locked in place on this grid. There may be some instances, depending on what you're creating, that you would want to unlock it. So in that case, you double click and unlock. For the one I'm going to make today, I'm going to make a building or a structure, so I'm going to leave that locked in place because I don't need to do the bottom. So first thing I'm going to do is go right up here to the left, top left, and go to these three dots, and I want to transform the material of my building or my structure. So I can choose this and see how it looks. I can try some other ones out. I think I want to do this one, and I want to change the color. All right, and so it lets you do that. So that's the one I'm going to choose. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a dog. So I'm going to go to the bottom left of my screen to the library, and I'm going to choose an animal. And I'm going to choose this dog. So I'm going to drag it onto my grid. All right, and I'm going to get out of the library just by clicking on it. Now, this dog looks pretty small compared to how I want it to look. So I want to show you how you can use some of the tools. So by clicking on it, you have 4 options. So for this option, I can click and hold down on it. So that's keys. You click and hold down on it, and that will let you expand or decrease your animal. Okay, using this one, you can lift it up or down. Okay, here it'll move forward, backwards, or up. I want him on the ground, so I'm going to leave him right there. And this top left one, you can see these different arcs available. So you can use those and drag those to get him to face the way you want to. Okay, so just to show you some of the options here. All right, so I think I like how he is there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want him inside this building. So I'm going to click View Inside, and I'm going to drag him in. Now it's important at that point to look from all angles to see if it looks like he is where I want him to be, because sometimes it looks like he's there and he's not. He's actually far away. So I want to move him back into the house. Okay. And that's not where I want him to be. All right. Come a little closer now. I want him to be facing me. So I'm going to move him around a little more. All right. Okay, I like there. Now I'm going to look from all angles and make sure that looks right to me. And it does. So I want him to stay there. So I'm going to lock him in place. Now his color kind of blends in with the background. So I'm going to change his color by clicking on him, going to Material, and I'm going to make him this color. Now he shows up a little bit more. All right, now I'm going to add a man. So I'm going to go to Characters, and let's see, I'm going with this guy. Okay, I'm going to put him right there. Now, I'm looking at my scene, and actually, I don't love the way that color looks. So I'm going to go back to this and go back to my original material, and I'm going to change that color. All right, so I'm going to make that gray. I'm going to go back to my dog, and I'm going to make him brown again. And I like the way that looks a lot better. So it's really nice how you can customize things how you'd like. Now let's go back to our man. I'm going to have him look at me. Okay, and I think he's going to need to be bigger. All right, and now I'm going to bring him into the house. Click out and look from all angles. All right, so it does look like he's inside the house. I do think he needs to be a little bit bigger. All right, so that looks better, and I want him to be looking at the dog a little bit more. All right, and I like the way that looks. So now I'm going to click him, and I'm going to have him do something. So I'm going to click on Animation, and I want him to be talking excitedly. Then I can go back and I can click on Speech. So I'm going to have him say something. Look at this. And so you can have him use speech bubbles. You can also use thinking. I want to show you how that looks different. All right, so let's look at what we've got here. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do, let's go back to my library. I'm going to pick an item and I want a book. So I'm going to drag that out here. That looks too small. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go. All right, and that looks about right. Remember, I can go back here and change the direction it is. Okay, so right there. Make it a little small. Okay, now I want him to actually be holding the book. So what I'm going to do is double click here, attach, and you see these blue dots. I'm going to want him to hold it in this hand. So I'm just going to click there, and now he's holding the book. Now I want to change the color of the book, so I'll click it, click on material, and now I did that. All right, and then the last thing I want to show you is you can also place things outside on the grid. Let's go back here, and let's see, I'm going to click on nature. And we're going to do some grass. So I'm going to drag it out here a little bit closer. I want it to be bigger. Oh, that's pretty big grass. Okay, so we're going to do it right there. And I want to duplicate that. So now I've got a couple that are the same. Okay, double click it again. I'm going to duplicate it again. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of an idea how you can do that. And remember, you can always lock it in place as well. Okay, so there is an introduction to creating a space using Cospaces with Merge Cube, and I'm excited to see what you create. This is what mine looks like when I click on play, and you can do that at any time. And if you just go back, you can continue creating.